The prosecutor in the Kim Potter case, you know, the taser lady who shot Daunte Wright in a suburb of Minneapolis earlier this year. The prosecutor in that case, Imran Ali, has resigned. He has resigned his position. He is citing partisan politics. Right? Partisan politics is the reasoning that he has given. Let's talk about what those partisan politics may be, what this means for the case, and what this means for prosecutions of these types of crimes, or alleged crimes, as it may be, in Minnesota, in other states around the country. What does this mean? And this goes all the way into the Derek Chauvin stuff with George Floyd. Of course, it is the 1-year anniversary of George Floyd's death, and a lot has happened in that year with race, with police interactions with people, and all of those things are all funneling into this decision. And I think it's a pretty important discussion to have around what's going on. And let's have it, because I'm Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. I'm a lawyer. I'm also a legal and political commentator on YouTube and on Odyssey. Wherever you're watching, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure your notification settings are on so you don't miss any videos. Okay, here we go. Former Kim Potter prosecutor resigns his post, citing partisan politics. Washington County Prosecutor Imran Ali was to lead the case against Potter, charged in the fatal shooting of Daunte Wright, before the state took over on Friday. So why would he be resigning his post? We all know the answer to this, right? There's an angry mob. There's an angry mob demanding mob justice. And mob justice is injustice. It always has been. It always will be. The mob is not a just system. There is no protection. There are no rights. There is no process. Kill, kill, kill. That's what the mob wants. They want their payment in blood. They want the tribute paid to the mob, to the gods of the mob, whatever it may be. Let's read on here. We've actually got his resignation letter as well to take a look at. The links to all this stuff will be down in the description if you want to check them out on your own. That is fine, but we'll go through some of it here. So the Washington County prosecutor, who was set to handle the case of former Brooklyn Center police officer Kim Potter, had charged in the fatal shooting of Daunte Wright, has resigned his post, citing vitriol and partisan politics. Imran Ali wrote a short letter on Monday to submit his resignation from the Washington County Attorney's Office, where he served for 10 years, most recently as Assistant Criminal Division Chief. In the letter, he describes the honor of serving Washington County and protecting its citizens. So let's take a look at the letter here and see what we can pick out of it. So, Dear Pete, that's to his boss, I hereby resign from my position at the Washington County Attorney's Office. It has been an honor to serve the citizens of Washington County for the last 10 years. When you recruited me to work with you, I was honored, humbled, and eager to facilitate your long-term vision goals for this office. You have done a remarkable job on transforming the culture of this office and protecting the citizens in our county along the way. I leave my position knowing that I have served with honor, dignity, and equality in the pursuit of justice. Now to the important part. The last several weeks have been difficult for me and my family. The mob doesn't care about you, your family, your job, your ethical obligations, or anything. They want blood. And only by blood will the mob be sated. But that's not actually true, is it? Because the mob will never be sated. Nothing can satiate the mob. Only more blood, always more punishment, more retribution, more revenge. That's what the mob has wanted. That's what the mob does want. Okay. The vitriol from some and the infusion of partisan politics by many has made my job difficult to pursue justice. I pray that our state heals and the extreme partisan platforms dissipate. We must return to thoughtful discourse that unites, not impulsive, irrational talking points that divide. Until then, there will be no justice or peace. And that is, of course, him playing on the chants that have probably been resounding outside of his home and outside of his office. No justice, no peace, prosecute the police. That is one of the chants that you can see in the Daunte Wright shootings. This is all predicated on a literal mob of people protesting outside the Washington County Attorney's prosecutor's office, outside of their homes, saying that you need murder charges, you need this and that. Imran Ali had, told the mob, basically, I know you want murder charges, but I don't know if that case is winnable. And that's the reality. Trying to find evidence that Kim Potter intentionally killed Daunte Wright, or even recklessly killed Daunte Wright with the depraved mind is pretty far out there. It looks like she made a mistake. She grabbed her taser instead of her firearm. She is a 25-year veteran or 26-year veteran of the police force. However, prior to this year, she was behind a desk. So it's not like she's a major veteran of field operations for police officers. She's not been in the field doing this type of stuff. And while she should not have made the mistake and may be guilty of manslaughter or some other type of criminal act, may be guilty, we don't actually know yet. That doesn't mean that they can stick her on a murder charge. For murder, you have to show some sort of intent or recklessness with a depraved mind, with reckless disregard for the safety of others, for like a third-degree murder in Minnesota, talked about heavily during the Derek Chauvin case. And the elements are kind of there. I mean, you've got a gun. It's not safe for the people around. There's another person in the vehicle. There are other police officers. She's discharging a firearm in close proximity to all these people. But was she intentionally doing that with the firearm? Like, there's still a level of intentionality that needs to occur. She's saying, taser, taser, taser. She pulls the gun and shoots. She says, I'm going to tase you. These things don't indicate that sort of depraved mind, that disregard for safety. It looks like a bad mistake. And it is a mistake that ends up with someone dead that maybe shouldn't be dead. But there's an argument to be made that Daunte Wright, fleeing a police officer in a vehicle, that shooting him would be justified if she had intentionally done so. So there's a lot of questions in this case. And the point of all of this discussion is that these cases are extremely complicated. They're delicate. They have lots of legal considerations, and prosecutors are always, always, always going to be concerned with, can I prosecute this case? Can I secure this conviction? Because if you overcharge and you can't secure the conviction, then the person who maybe commit a crime and maybe didn't walks. And that's not good for anybody either if a crime actually occurred. If a crime actually occurred. So we'll have to see how that goes. The result of this resignation is, and not just this resignation, but Keith Ellison's office, who prosecuted the Derek Chauvin trial, will now be prosecuting in this case as well, rather than Imran Ali or the Washington County prosecutor. The state attorney general is taking over the case, as we saw with Derek Chauvin. And so now we're going to have a whole different level of what's going on, because now you're infusing more politic into this than already existed by bringing in the state attorney general, who is looking to make career-making prosecutions out of these police officers. In my opinion, that corrupts the notions of justice that we're typically looking for in criminal prosecutions. So the question from all of this, and you can tell me what you think down in the comments below. I'm going to tell you what I think right now. Can Kim Potter get a fair trial in Minnesota? I don't think Derek Chauvin, or not in many, let me rephrase that, in Washington County. Because I don't think Derek Chauvin was able to get a fair trial in Hennepin County, in Minneapolis. I don't think Kim Potter will be able to get a fair trial in Washington County. And we've already seen the mob influencing the prosecutorial decisions. And the mob, by the way, includes the media. The media foments the mob. They are the mob. This is all about blood and views. Those two things go hand in hand. If it bleeds, it leads. The media loves it, and the media will propagate it, no matter the human cost, no matter the tally on justice, and no matter how much the mob will never be satisfied. Anyway, until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Peace. Peace.